amazing three-man heats established in round 4, and we're on the lookout for just one more competitor to complete that story. Will it be Adriano de Souza or Stuart Kennedy? Rosie Hodge?
Wow. Do you know what? I saw Stewie, he was ripping yesterday, but Adriano de Souza, he's put in some hard yards out at this break. They're both staying on the motor run, so you probably have more insight in that.
A bit more of a slicing backhand carve that he goes to more regularly. Adriano, he just banks on that bottom turn. There's that nice slice from Stu. There's a solid hit. But he goes down over the hangers.
That was interesting. And Adriano de Souza, let's get a look at this wave. So we mentioned him squaring it up. That's that technique right there. So beyond 12 o'clock for Adriano de Souza.
Just living out of a suitcase doesn't bother him. He seems right at home on the Motu, and he's up at the moment and racing down the line with a lot of speed. Pretty deep on this one though. He's going to get out there.
Yeah, for sure. I think he always talks about the hard work that he's putting in, and for that to start paying off for him. He's got a world title under his belt, so that's validated.
As we see Stu Kennedy up. Nice jam in the pocket there. Dicing this open face open with that sci-fi. The equipment that he made famous. Now an award-winning design. As we see De Souza now trying to find an answer. Drawing off the bottom. Clouts the lip and drifts the tail. A solid hit there. So just under 25 minutes to go.
Let's get smaller wave here for Stu. I love that bottom turn. He just lays that rail straight into it again. You mentioned how he needs to get more vertical. I think he's been putting a lot of effort into getting his board up there, but that wave just not giving him that lip to get critical. But here, Adriano de Souza, great timing on this wave. That turn right there, very reminiscent of what Seabass was doing in the last heat.
Tricky, you know. This couple, like 2 hits before my heat, I just been watching, just like no sets at all, and my heat just like bombing. And Seabass got a pretty good wave, and I got a wave like doubling up and just got one turn, a little barrel, and I need a 5 point something in the end, and Seabass, I make he go in one wave, and there's no waves after this, but all good. It's a bummer, just 8 days waiting, like waiting for the swells. The swells never show up, but
Adriano now looking for a 7.17. Let's watch this replay.
He went mad, Ronnie. Watch as he just waited for that lip to present itself, drifts those fins. That's been scoring big throughout the day. Straight into that second cut maneuver. There's just no sign of, like, he's just flawless right now. I mean, right there, he could have completed that a little bit, like, bit cleaner. But I'm just really impressed with his backhand approach at the moment. Mixes it up, drifts those fins, like I mentioned, right in front of Adriano de Souza. That'll give him something to think about. Gets that cut. Watch his timing. His eyes are always just looking at something to belt. And he does it in such a varied way. So the judges just lapping that up, throwing a big score. That 8.0 in his scoreline. That's what's going to set this heat on fire at the moment. Stu Kennedy, love his backhand approach. Yesterday I was so impressed with him during the free surf. Right now the judges are lapping up his surfing too. So that 8-point ride fits in nicely with a 5.33. Could he just luck into something over here?
Here we go, De Souza. Let's see what he can do. Little drift over that first section, keeps his speed going down the line. Lets it go on the second maneuver, but just the 2 turns.
I would say, I mean, pretty even when you think about the number of people that can stay on Tavi and the number of people that can stay on the Motu.
And the Motu's had it the past couple of years, couple of big wins thanks to Medina and Owen Wright. And here we go, Stu Kennedy during the break had this wave, just looking to get rid of that 5.33, and really 9.5 minutes to go. We'll check out the replay. But the pressure's on.
Exactly, and just watch as he just unleashes these first few turns right in front of his competitor. Has a lot of sudsy sections to work with, but lays that rail and commits to his line. So the judges appreciating.
But you get the rhythm when you're choosing good waves, and Adriano's taken a couple that have sort of reeled off and not had that pace. So he's sort of surrendered the rhythm to Stu Kennedy, who's had impeccable wave selection. But here we go, De Souza up at the moment. motoring down that line. Stalls, but doesn't get any cover. So leaves a bit of opportunity, but absolutely annihilates that section. Bashes through the pocket once again, so a better finish to this ride.
Let's have a look at this one. You can see a lot of water ribbing up the face. But he also just finds lateral movements, trying to keep his speed so he can connect with these sections and stay out in front of this wall. That's where he tries to grab the rail to really lean into another turn. So maybe a bit of a misstep there, but really backs it up well. Wow, what a way to correct yourself. Adriano de Souza on the inside section of this wave, acting as if nothing, there were no hitches in it at all. So it does well to kind of save it.
Here we go, some movement here. Adriano having a look at this one. Stewie opts to go and paddles as hard as he can because he knows that wind can really stall you when you're trying to get into these rides. Just a couple of moves. I don't think he's going to up the ante here, Stu Kennedy. Just over a minute to go. Time ticking by. This is Adriano's shot at it. 15 seconds remaining. Has to get going. Drives around the section. Up into the lip. Hung up for a moment. But he stalls now. Grabs the rail. Finds the cover. Gets spat out. And he's going to go to the float. Plants that move. Climbs up into the lip once again.
Ooh.
And he just holds on.
He is
and
notorious.
the heat has come to a close. Adriano de Souza.
Oh, I think you got the number. It was a great effort. A little hung up on the first turn, then he just went for the bowl, come through that on the inside float line and banged it on the end. Now he's standing on the reef waiting for the number. The passion, you can just see it from here. He's just psyching in there. Wow, what a way to end out the day here in Fiji. It was just such a great effort right there, and a huge blunder right there from Stu Kennedy. Just got baited into that kind of a 5, I'd say, on that wave. It didn't look like much more than that. Oh, De Souza just went to work on the mind game at the end there. Coming out, looking good.
Unbelievable stuff from Adriano in second spot on the ratings. A big opportunity.
Let's just get a look. This is Stewie's 8-point ride. Let's see what he did on this wave. So nice first turn. No misstep on this wave. Big cut. Bigger wave too, Ronnie.
Well, the number is in, and it's a 7-point ride, not enough. And yet another top seed is out of the mix here at the Outerknown Fiji Pro. Stu Kennedy getting the job done.